The orangutan is one of our closest relatives, so why are we pushing them to extinction? Hi, I'm Danielle and you're watching Animal Logic. Orangutans are members of the great ape family and their genus is separated into 3 species, the Bornean, the Sumatran, and the Tapanuli orangutans. Their subfamily used to contain several other members, including the Gigantopithecus, which is the largest primate in the fossil record and could stand up to 3 meters tall. Orangutans are found in the rainforests of Indonesia and Malaysia and live in both mountainous forests and lowland swamps. Orangutans are largely arboreal, the most so of any of the great apes, which is odd because they are so large. Males measure 1.4 meters in height and can weigh up to 75 kilograms. Females are smaller, measuring up to 1.1 meters tall, and they weigh about half the weight of a male. It's not only size that separates the sexes. Males will grow very distinct facial flanges. These are not bones and are instead held in place by their facial muscles. They are usually only grown by the dominant male, and the more powerful he is, the greater the flange. They have an extremely wide arm span, about 2 meters. The resting position for their hands forms a hook shape, which makes hanging from branches effortless. Both their hands and feet are very capable, as they both feature opposable thumbs. Their arms and legs have the same range of motion, allowing them to easily contort their bodies to grip branches in a variety of settings. Male orangutans have throat pouches that amplify their calls, which they use to attract mates, intimidate competitors, and to make a kiss squeak sound. It's pretty cute. They mature at around 15 years of age, though the males won't get their flanges until around age 20. If the male matures in an area with no other males present, their flanges come in more quickly. When a male hears a female call, he'll track her down and force copulation. Females tend to prefer mating with flanged males, as these dominant males will offer protection in their territory. The females give birth during the high fruit season and will eat up to 11,000 calories a day. During low season, when the food is more scarce, they will intake only about 2,000 calories a day. Females will have their first baby at around 14 or 15 years of age and will only have a new baby every 8 years. Their lifespan is roughly 40 years, so at most, she will have 3 or 4 babies in her entire life. Orangutans are the least social of the great apes. Only the moms and their children form bonds, and even then, they only stay together for about 2 years. Orangutans spend their morning foraging in the trees before napping until mid-afternoon. Then, they'll travel to a new location in hopes of finding more food. When they get there, they spend the rest of their day building a nest. They will pull together leafy branches and weave together leaves to create a rather cozy-looking hammock. Their favorite food are ficus figs, but they eat a wide variety of fruit, leaves, and bark. They've also been observed eating honey, eggs, and small animals like the slow loris, but occasionally they also eat small rocks. We're not entirely sure why they do this, but it's possible that they do it to ingest minerals which are not present in the fruit, or as a way to absorb toxins, or as a way to self-medicate. This last theory may not be far off, as they have been documented using plants in the Camelina genus to treat inflammation. This is especially interesting because they don't eat these plants, they only use them to treat illness. But that's not the only tool they use. They also will use sticks to extract insects from holes, and they will hold leaves in their mouths while making a kiss squeak to lower the frequency of the call and then make themselves sound bigger. And they love magic. Orangutans are pretty huge, so their list of predators is fairly short. They are primarily preyed upon by tigers, crocodiles, and clouded leopards, but their number one predator is humans. Unfortunately, all 3 species of orangutan are critically endangered. There are 104,000 Bornean, 13,000 Sumatran, and just 800 Tapanuli orangutans left in the wild. In the last 20 years, 148,000 orangutans have been killed in Borneo alone. Orangutans are suffering from attacks on several fronts. Orangutan infants are targeted by poachers who capture them to be sold into the exotic pet trade, and often the mothers are killed during the process. In one particularly horrific case, A female orangutan was captured and sold into the sex trade in a village in Southeast Asia. Orangutans are also killed by farmers when they venture into their farms in search of food. These pest killings are tied into another one of their problems: deforestation. Since their food supplies are being increasingly cut down, they have been venturing out of their comfort zone and into farms in search of food and are killed in retaliation by farmers. Earlier this year, the body of an orangutan was found floating in a river in Indonesia. It had been shot 130 times with airgun pellets, had multiple machete wounds, and was ultimately decapitated. The 2 plantation workers who were responsible have since been arrested, thank goodness. Orangutans also suffer from forest fires. Often, fire will be used to clear land for farming and developing plantations. As climate change continues to dry out these rainforests, they become even more vulnerable to man-made fires, which become harder to control. In 2015, over 800,000 hectares of rainforest were lost to forest fires in Borneo alone. These fires destroy the orangutans' food, habitat, and the smoke confuses them, making them very vulnerable to poachers. Unsustainable palm oil plantations are the biggest contributors to the decline in orangutan numbers. Not only do they tear down large sections of their habitat to build them, but in the process, they build roads into the otherwise inaccessible rainforest, to which orangutans call home. These roads allow for hunters to drive into their territory and easily pick them off, as orangutans are rather slow-moving. It is a very complicated problem that's going to be very hard to solve. One starting point is to educate people that orangutans aren't dangerous and don't need to be shot on sight. You can help by sharing this video, and hopefully it reaches the eyes of someone who doesn't yet know how amazing orangutans are. You can also help by only buying products that contain sustainably sourced palm oil or no palm oil at all. You can make a difference for orangutans with your purchasing decisions without drastically impacting your lifestyle. Living around endangered species can be very difficult, especially when those species are competing for your resources. To learn about what happens when humans and nature share the same home in Asia, I highly recommend that you watch Asia: Secret Lives, Hidden Places, which is streaming on CuriosityStream right now. The series focuses on what happens when humans cross over into the territory of endangered species. You'll learn about the poaching of the vulnerable one-horned Indian rhinoceros, the man who is saving the last of the incredibly rare Gizu golden monkeys, a farmer in northeast India who has learned to coexist with the endangered Bengal tiger, and much more. CuriosityStream is a subscription streaming service with a huge library of over 2,000 documentaries, non-fiction titles, and exclusive originals. They have a lot of really interesting nature documentaries, which if you like Animalogic, I think you'll love. To check out Asia, Secret Lives, Hidden Places, and support Animalogic, go to curiositystream.com/animalogic and claim your 30-day free trial with the promo code Animalogic. What animal should I talk about next? Please let me know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for new episodes of Animalogic every week. If you want to help orangutans, please support organizations like SOS Borneo, which is helping to preserve and restore the orangutan's natural habitat. Health in Harmony is helping to train local farmers in sustainable agricultural practices and educate children about the importance of protecting the rainforests. They're helping loggers build successful businesses that don't center on deforestation, and they're helping to provide economic independence for widows. To learn more, please follow the links in the description. Thanks for watching! I've thought it was Tang all along. Orangutan. Orangutan.